these stories are true and based on real things that are happening in this world. Two mysteries, estranged lovers, revenge all play a part in these Christmas time. True crime, murders. On Christmas Eve, 1945, while their parents and younger siblings went to sleep, when a fire broke out overnight, it was assumed the children had perished in the blaze, but the remains were not in the debris. One witness claimed to see the children in the vehicle with adults not long after the fire started. A waitress in South Carolina claimed she served the children breakfast on Christmas morning. Save for a mysterious letter sent to the Sardis in 1968, the five children were never heard from or seen again. Samina Ahmed, Westmoreland, murder. 33-year-old Samina Ahmed died. She was taking a quick Christmas Eve trip with her Costco co-worker and lover, Roger Cooper, in 2014. They had been together for 2 years, and Iman had urged him an ultimatum, but it's time for him to get serious about her and leave his wife. Instead, Cooper and his brothers, David Cooper, completed a plan they hatched weeks prior of communicating with each other in a Star Wars-esque code. Roger Cooper and Iman stopped by David Cooper's house, where it's believed the brothers attacked Iman and dosed her with chloroform and heavy metals before disposing of her body. Her family reported her missing when she didn't return home for Boxing Day. The brothers were in jail by January 7, 2015, and were sentenced to 30 years in prison later that year. The Cofinna Massacre. A man dressed as Santa opened fire at a Los Angeles area home on Christmas Eve in 2008 before setting the house ablaze and killing himself at his brother's home. Bruce Pardo, who was reportedly upset about his recent divorce, opened fire at the home of his ex-wife's parents during the family Christmas party. When the dust settled, 9 people were dead and 3 more, including an 8-year-old girl, were injured. There were evidence. Pardo had planned to flee after the killings, but police believe he turned the gun on himself, in part due to severe third-degree burns he sustained while setting the home on fire. The Cofinna Massacre. Dayton, Ohio, Christmas killings. 4 people in a holiday rampage killed 6 people in a 3-day spree killing in 1992. The small gang, ranging in age from 16 to 20, was known as Downtown Posse, were frequently seen panhandling around Dayton. The first victim was tied up and shot with his own gun early on Christmas Eve. The final victims were 2 friends of the gang who were murdered to keep them from talking to the police. They were killed on December 26th. 3 of the killers are serving life sentences. The 4th was executed in 2009. Trisha McCaughey. The actress known for her role as Jenna Dewan standing for the film Step Up was killed on Christmas Day in 2016, where she crossed paths with a homeless man in Washington, D.C. Investigators said the man, Dwayne Johnson, climbed into McCaughey's vehicle, where he beat and raped her before strangling her to death. Johnson pleaded guilty to first-degree murder and was sentenced to 30 years in prison. JonBenét Ramsey. The 6-year-old beauty pageant star was found strangled to death in the basement of her parents' Colorado home on December 26, 1996. Her mother, Patsy, had reported her missing that morning after finding a ransom note demanding $118,000. After JonBenét's body was found, investigators eventually zeroed in on Patsy and JonBenét's father, John, and the pair were indicted for the child's murder. Prosecutors chose not to pursue the case due to lack of evidence. Patsy died of ovarian cancer in 2009. John has since remarried. No one has ever been charged for JonBenét's death. JonBenét Ramsey. Dallas Christmas killings. A man killed his children, his estranged wife, and some of his wife's family members on Christmas Day in 2011. Aziz Yazneb Hana was dressed as Santa when he arrived at his ex-wife's apartment reportedly opened presents with his teenage children, niece, and brother and sister-in-law before shooting them all and then turning the gun on himself. One of the victims managed to call 911. Police found all 7 people deceased when they arrived on the scene moments later. The Lawson family murders. Charlie Lawson had been complaining about headaches and insomnia for months prior to murdering his wife and 7 of the 8 children on Christmas Day in 1929 before turning his gun on himself. The bodies were discovered late on Christmas Day when relatives came by to visit. Lawson's body was found with 2 notes in his pocket. According to Rockingham Now, they said trouble can cause and nobody to blame. The remaining child, a 16-year-old Arthur, was not home at the time of the murders. Charlie apparently gave his son permission to leave and then killed the family while Arthur was away. Giselle Preston. Giselle Preston was studying to become a domestic violence counselor when she herself became a victim of domestic violence. On Christmas Eve in 2011, her husband, William Wallace, beat her to death after the argument and then dragged her lifeless body into bed for the night. On Christmas morning, he propped her up on the couch before ordering Preston's young daughter to open their presents next to their mother's body. Wallace was convicted of second-degree murder and due to be released from prison in 2036. Stephanie Kilhefner. Dustin Lee Klopp took his 2 small children to celebrate Christmas with his parents in 2014, and then he called police to confess that he killed his wife, Stephanie Kilhefner, the night before and placed her body in the shed on their property. On Christmas Eve, Klopp reportedly punched Kilhefner, slit her throat, and struck her several times with an axe. The 36-year-old died by suicide in his jail cell in March 2015. Michelle Anderson. Coronation murders. The Coronation Christmas Eve murders rocked the small Washington town east of Seattle, when the bodies of 6 people were discovered at a home on December 26, 2007. Michelle Anderson, along with her boyfriend, Joseph McEnroy, shot and killed Anderson's parents, brother, sister-in-law, niece, and nephew on Christmas Eve that year. The motive was reportedly money. Anderson claimed her brother owed her $40,000, and she was frustrated her parents were on his side. Anderson was sentenced to 6 consecutive life terms in prison. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. More true crime stories will be coming soon. Please like, subscribe, comment, turn your post notifications. Thank you. KD.